Once upon a time, in a magical land filled with trees and plants, there was a special process that turned simple things from nature into something we use every day: paper. In this magical land, the main ingredient for making paper was a special substance called cellulose. It lived inside the wall of plant fibers. The wizards who made paper would gather these plant fibers from trees like pine and spruce, or even recycled paper from old magical scrolls. The wizards, with their wisdom, knew that to make the best paper, they needed to prepare the ingredients. They would carefully remove the outer layer of the tree, called bark, and chop the tree into tiny pieces. These pieces were then transformed through special processes to free the magical cellulose from them. Now, the wizards had a pile of magical cellulose. To make it even more special, they used two types of magic: chemical magic, using special liquids like craft or sulfurious acid, or mechanical magic, using machines to separate the fibers. This process turned the wood pieces into a mushy pulp full of cellulose. Sometimes the wizards wanted the paper to be extra bright, so they would use another magic spell called bleaching. This spell removed any leftover colors and impurities from the pulp, making the paper as white as clouds. With the magical pulp ready, the wizards mixed it with water to create a slimy slurry. They spread the slurry onto a special mesh screen or conveyor belt, forming a thin, even layer of fibers. The water trickled away, leaving behind a sheet of magic. To make the paper sturdier, the wizards pressed the magic sheet between rollers. This squeezed out the extra water and made the fibers stick together like friends holding hands. The wet sheet needed to dry, so the wizards used the magic of the sun or heated rollers. The paper dried, and it was almost ready for its special mission. Depending on what the wizards wanted, they might add some extra magic touches to the paper. They could treat the surface, coat it, or give it a shiny finish, making it perfect for different purposes. Once the paper was dry and ready, the wizards cut it into sheets or rolled it up like magical scrolls. The finished paper was then packaged and sent on its way to be the part of our everyday adventures. And that, dear friends, is the magical story of how wizards turn simple things from nature into the wonderful paper we use for drawing, writing, and creating our own magical stories.